This week I did something a little bit different, just simply because I just felt called to do it. And I chose from two different decks. And so one of them is the Oracle, the Goddess Guidance, and the other one was the Work Your Light Oracle deck. And so when we're able to pull from two, we might get a little bit more direction in the message that we're receiving. So if you have that in mind, if there was something specific, then like let your heart be open. If it was just something in general, then hopefully you are ready and able to receive whatever the message is, knowing that it's all good. Like whatever is supposed to come through will come through, because that's just the way that it's supposed to happen. Whatever's going to resonate is going to resonate. And if it doesn't resonate with you, that is okay too. So here we go. So I'm going to go with the Work Your Light card first. And it was Break the Chain. And so it says ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. And so when this card shows up, it's telling us that there's probably some patterns in our life that have been there for generations, that energy can stay with us for up to 7 generations. And it might show up in our life in ways that we don't fully understand. And those are the hardest things to break. It might be a behavioral pattern, some beliefs, just different ways of showing up in the world that can get in the way. And so this card is just showing up to really help you pause and see what those patterns might be, and to guide us into fact checking and to see if that's something that we really want to continue to hold on to. It's really challenging you to let go of those and to rewrite your story, because we have the ability to do so. And so then it comes with this little Work Your Light action steps. Just asking yourself, like, what ways of being or patterns are you ready to free yourself from? So maybe it's just things that you've noticed in your life that you just continually struggle with. And maybe you can see like that's something that maybe somebody else in your family, your ancestral line has struggled with. Knowing that you might not be able to heal people like your parents or some siblings or something like that. Like that's not necessarily our job. Our job is to heal ourselves, and then from that they might be able to heal just from that expanding energy and just from seeing you do the work. So knowing that, and just knowing like for generations to come how that healing and how important that work is. What part of your future do you want to rewrite? So now is the time to shake them off and dream a new future into being. So that was the first card that was pulled. So just that letting go of those family lines, those family grips that can be so hard to break. And then the second one was from the goddess guidance, and that was Athena. So she is all about inner wisdom, and her message is, you know what to do, trust your inner wisdom, and take appropriate action without delay. I love this, and that's what this oracle stuff is all about. Or what we teach, really, that Breathe and Believe is all about, like, we have the answers within. It is all about quieting our mind, checking in, what resonates, what doesn't, knowing the difference between when the ego's getting involved and when it's truth. So sometimes there might be an outcome that you really want, or you don't like to be told like you're doing something that maybe you shouldn't be doing, and we feel that resistance. And so we have to be able to decipher when it's in our best interest or when it's the ego trying to take control. And so but that takes that intentional sitting down and feeling into it. And so much of the time we're just so distracted, or we don't allow time to just sit and be. And so then we're never really able to tap into that inner guidance system that we all have within. And Athena is there to tell you, like, do it. You don't need oracle decks. You don't need all these other things outside of yourself to find the answers. However, that being said, we also know that we get clouded by the distraction and the thoughts going through our own heads. And so she would say, like, if you want a little bit more clear guidance, because maybe you're confused, there's times in our life where we get kind of so wrapped up in situations. I know I do. And then it's like, okay, somebody who knows me very well, I might check in with them and see what they see, what they say or what their guidance is, because they might see it a little bit more. They're a little bit more removed and they can see it a little clearer, but they present it to me, and then it is still up to me to decide what the truth is, because they don't know everything fully, because we can't, it's just impossible. So it is still our job to check in and to see what kind of guidance is right for us, or what ones like aren't really necessary for us. So the various meanings of this, when this card is pulled, is stop procrastinating, stop giving away your power to others, trust your gut, don't second guess yourself, yes, you are correct, and notice recurring ideas and take action on them. So now is the time. So I love the fact that this Miss Athena comes in along with the break the chain. So together, what we can say is that this message might be, look at your life, see where you have these limitations. You might know right away what it is. See if there's like any kind of history of those, like where do they originate? Just notice, not necessarily to blame, not necessarily to hold on to any kind of a story, simply notice. And then channel this and understand that you have the power. You already know the answer and how to break through those things, that there's no reason to seek outside of yourself. The more we tend to seek outside of ourselves for answers, the more it's like we don't trust ourselves in order to come up with that. And that's not saying that it's wrong to ask for help or to reach out to other people. That's not at all it. At the end of the day, even when we do those things, and sometimes it's so necessary and powerful and healing and helpful to reach out to friends. Like, that's why we have that team that was last week's oracle. You have those team of people of support. We want those people to bounce ideas off of. At the end of the day, those answers are already within ourselves. And so it's that resonation. Like what is it in those messages that people might give us that feel like truth and where we should act? And that's what she's saying, is like, you have it, you know it. It's about clearing the blocks that are getting in the way from you really embodying that and moving forward with it. So this is exciting stuff. It's all about letting go of the old, bringing in the new, but it all comes within. And the more that we can connect with that wholeness, that place that's within us all, that we sometimes forget, and that really we sometimes get conditioned not to trust our gut. And so the more that we can do that, the more beautiful this will be. And I have kids running in the house, so I'm going to end it now. Have a wonderful week.